Welcome back. Wow, that band sounds good.
They're really fun, yeah.
More than a decade ago, Ivy, our next guest made a life-changing decision while on a business trip.
And since then, he has transformed his life and reached amazing goals that have been quite challenging, as his website, I Run With Bulls, might suggest.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hint of adventure there. Here to share some of those achievements, please help us welcome adventurer Todd Lewis. Welcome.
Hey.
I like adventurer.
I know, I
I
like
like that title. I don't think I've ever been called an adventurer, but I like that title a lot, Todd. Now, I want you to tell us a little bit about that business trip and how I understand you heard Lou Holtz speak, and why was that a changing thing? Because people hear Tony
La Russa.
La Russa, no.
Who are you talking about?
Robbins.
Oh, Tony Robbins.
Tony
Oh,
Robbins
yeah.
and other motivational
Yeah.
speakers all the time, and then they may, for a week, do what they say and then go back to their normal lives.
That's true.
But you took something there and actually changed your whole life.
14 years ago, right?
Wow.
15 years ago.
Tell us about it.
I was at a sales convention. I didn't plan on being there, and during our dinner, they brought out a guest speaker. And I knew who Coach Lou Holtz was, but I didn't. I knew he coached Notre Dame, and that was about it. But he gets out there and delivers a message that just kind of sparked a fire in me. I had, I'd never run, I'd never been out of the country, and this man gets up and says, I've made a list of 108 things, and at the time, him and his wife had done 103.
Wow.
I just left that convention a different person, made a list of goals, things I'd always dreamed of and had never done, and after making my list, I was like, well, I start going for it.
Amazing.
Where did you start? What was the first thing you did?
First thing is I ran a marathon, and then 2 weeks later went to Africa for Kilimanjaro.
Did you really? Just like that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow, I'm going to say something you said to me in the green room when you say that you made a list because you didn't want to miss something. You told me about Charles Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, and Charlie Brown said that I wish I would have let Charlie Brown kick the football.
Yes.
Is that kind of like what our life is like? We just kind of, do you think people just kind of just go through the motions and then at the very end, they have this long wish list?
Yes, and for me, I don't want to wait until I hear that, maybe something's, matter with my health, or, I get up in the years and I'm not able to run or travel or climb. And my whole thing is I don't want any regrets. I just want to go out with a passion and do what I do. And the list keeps me on track.
Can we go with him?
I know. And I know you do some of this solo, but we've got some great photos of some of your adventures.
Yes.
And I want you to talk a little bit about some of where these photos are from and where you've been. I mean, just in the last 4 years, you've been to a lot of places.
Yes. I was trying to think of like Nepal. I went to Nepal, spent a month there.
Wow.
Hiked to the base camp of Mount Everest, and then from Nepal went to Malaysia, to Thailand, came back, gave it a few months to rest up.
Wow.
And actually that was in Peru.
In
I
Peru?
went to Machu Picchu, to the Inca Trail, and then made it up to that cliff.
Do you journal this, or do you just take photos, journaling kind of, or how do you keep track of all these adventures?
I've got the photos that I keep, and I keep a journal on every trip that I take.
Is that all on your website?
The journal isn't.
So now is Dennis Rodman on your bucket list?
I wanted to meet Dennis Rodman, but he was actually at the Running of the Bulls one year that I was. I couldn't get to him. 3 years later, I bumped into him at the Dallas airport and said, Dennis, are you going to run with the Bulls, next year? And he was kind of caught off guard, and so we ended up sitting down and having a conversation about the running of the Bulls in Spain.
Amazing. We have a picture of you there in the garb that they wear. Now tell us about the red scarf and the white outfit, because that's symbolic of running with the Bulls.
The tradition is you wear white for the respect, the red for the blood that was shed. There was a priest that was executed back, hundreds of years ago, and so to pay tribute, that's what you wear, and you usually run with a newspaper because a show of confidence is saying, I'm going to run, I know I'm going to finish, and I'm going to get a cup of coffee and read the newspaper.
Oh my goodness.
So what's next on the list?
I'm trying very hard to go to Bhutan. It's kind of like near Nepal and Tibet. I want to do some climbing there. It's just a place that fairly recently has gotten television, computers. They monitor the number of people that come in each year, and it's just virtually untouched.
So how do you get there?
Right.
The flight there, it's going to be a hodgepodge of a lot of different airports, almost similar to Nepal. I think it was about 36 hours to finally get there.
Oh my goodness.
I find it inspiring that you say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I think people might be saying, well, great. Todd Lewis must be independently wealthy to be able to do all these adventures and tick things off exactly off his bucket list. Talk about how you do it.
I've worked part-time jobs. I work a full-time job in sales for a company at Windstream, and I have a boss that is probably the most inspiring guy I've ever met. That guy, I've never seen him lose his temper, and I look for mentors, and he's one of them. I mean, he inspires me, and he encourages me to take these trips, to do these things.
Wonderful. And is it true that you ran a marathon a month for a year?
Marathon a month. Actually ended up with 15 that year, and 2 of them were back-to-back. I ran Memphis, drove to St. Louis, picked up another bag, hopped a plane to Vegas, ran Vegas the next day, and my goal was to knock them out both under 4 hours, and did. I think it was 3.
My goodness.
So all adding up in total, I think our audience should know 40 marathons in 14 years.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Like I said, I'd never run over 5 miles.
That's
but
amazing.
When I made my list after hearing Coach Holtz, I said,
That
let's do
is
it.
amazing.
Cool.
40 marathons.
Yeah, I might get to a half marathon, and that'll be on my list. There we
Half a
go.
block for me. I'm going to really quickly ask you, is there anyone on your list that you still want to meet? Probably many, many people, but like if you could meet one person this year, who would it be?
I really wanted to meet Coach John Wooden,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
who
that.
passed away.
Yes.
I was out in Los Angeles when he was supposed to give a speech, but he was too sick to give the speech, and you know, I did my best, and
Yes.
he was always a huge inspiration. To the one person, it's tough. I don't know if I could narrow it down.
Well, we're so
that's
glad we
okay.
could knock one thing off your list by having you on the show today
That's
and
right.
meeting us. So there we go.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Actually, it's been a pleasure to meet
It has
you,
been
Todd.
wonderful.
Oh, it's been
We hope you'll
great.
come back and tell us more things that you've been doing in 2012 and 13.
No, I
Will you
would
come back
love to.
again?
I would love to.
Great. So,
All right, you want to keep up with Todd? I runwithbulls.com.
That's right.
absolutely. Todd
And he
Lewis.
does it. That's right.
Thank you so much for coming to the show,
All
Todd.
right, thanks.
Now, also, she doesn't run with bulls, but I heard she can get pretty mean if you mess with her. LJ, what's going on?
Well, I am sitting here with one of our very special audience members. Tell us your name.
Ahmed Manocha.
Ahmed Manocha. Well, because of our friends here at Sam's, we have a little gift card that's worth $35 if you can answer our trivia question. And the trivia question today is, what is the state animal for Missouri? And I'm going to give you some little theme music.
State animal. Is it a mule?
My God, you're correct. It is a mule. Let's give it up. $35 from our friends here at
Makes you think
Sam's.
hard.
It makes you think hard. I'm really surprised you got that.
You have to study these things.
You got to study these things. Well, let's check Cassandra out over there in the kitchen.
Yay! I'm back over here with Sarah and also I'm over here with Nick. And it's going to be a great time because we're getting ready to start tossing the salad. Do we still toss salads?
We do.
All right. So why don't we get started? Show me what you're doing and just kind of explain all the way.
Sure. So I'm going to kind of start out with the base of the salad, which is mixed greens, almonds, chives, and of course grapefruit. And then Nick is going to kind of mix up the dressing, and
Okay.
he'll tell you what's in that as he's doing it.
All right, all right. Why don't we get started? And now, when they come to the restaurant, they don't mix their own salads. Is that correct?
No.
No,
But
no.
you do have a salad bar.
We do.
Okay,
But
all right.
they just get to pick what they want, and then we mix it up for them.
So they go through the salad bar, pick out what they want, bring it to you, and you professionally mix it. Is that it?
Yeah, they just point to what they want, and we put it all together.
Oh,
for
I
them.
like that.
Yeah.
So Nick, do you have meats? Or is it all vegan?
No, we have several types of meats. We have beef, chicken, and duck.
One duck.
Yep,
Really?
duck.
I've never had a duck salad.
It's good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you keep mixing while we talk. Now, let me ask you this question: have you heard of Truett Cathy, the owner of Chick-fil-A?
No.
Okay, well, I'll tell you a story because it kind of makes me think of your story. Truett Cathy was a businessman and got very sick and was in the hospital, and he just had this vision that he was going to open up a restaurant that just sold chicken products. And people were like, really? And Magic Johnson said he met him one time in the airport, and Truett Cathy said to him, hey, you want to invest in the chicken business? And he was like, no, thanks. And now look at Chick-fil-A. You know, it's well known across the world. It makes me think of you because you just do salads.
We
Yeah,
do.
we
And we
do.
also do salad wraps.
It's-
So
I was
you can-
gonna ask you.
You can choose if you want something in a salad or salad wrap.
So what are they wrapped in?
Different types of tortilla. We have tomato, spinach, and wheat.
Wonderful. What's your favorite, Nick?
I think my favorite's turducken, which that has a duck, and then it has dried apricots, a cucumber, cherry tomatoes, feta cheese, and the dressing is a tahini lime.
Wow. How big are the wraps?
They're pretty big. They're filling.
Really?
Oh yeah.
People sometimes can't finish them, so.
And then we're looking at inside the restaurant. I love the mural on the wall, Green Bean. How did you come up with the name Green Bean?
It kind of sort of stuck from the very beginning. We definitely wanted to have green in the name because we're a sustainable restaurant. All of our cutlery and bowls are compostable. They're made from corn.
Really?
You see, this is made
Yeah.
of corn.
Oh,
so it's
I love
compostable.
that. So I could eat it.
You could if you wanted.
yeah.
Probably wouldn't feel too good, but you could.
So that's why. So it's not only is it Green Bean for food, but it's also the way that you market.
Right,
Yeah.
and we work with local farmers and
So working with local farmers helps you in what way?
just supporting the local agriculture and the local economy, which I think for us is important.
Excellent. We have wonderful farmers here in food, so it's
do?
wonderful time.
Absolutely. It's a
Yes.
really good place to be, to have a sort of local, sustainable restaurant. And I mean, our customers are really all for it, and that's how we sort of form a lot of those relationships.
Excellent. So we're going to keep mixing up here. Now let me ask you something else. When people come there, if they want to bring a group, can they do that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't typically take reservations, but we have about 20 seats in the restaurant, and sometimes we push tables together if people want to sit together, and yeah, it's definitely a good group setting.
So Sarah, if you were going to talk to someone like myself, and I said, Sarah, what salad should I get? I'm open for anything. I'm not allergic to anything. Which one would you refer?
Do you like spice?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I would say definitely the Soul Train. It's it's like a Korean salad with a red pepper sesame dressing that definitely has a kick to it, but it's really good.
I love it, the Soul Train.
Yeah.
Now, do they have the Soul Train line? I'm just wondering, can I do the Soul Train
If you
line?
ask nicely, maybe the employees would.
Okay, excellent. So, Nick, now, same question to you. Which one would you refer to someone? First visit.
First visit? Well, besides the turducken, I really like the Cobb. The
Okay.
dressing, the mustard vinaigrette, I put that on everything that I make.
Really? What's in the Cobb salad?
The Cobb, it has eggs, it has hazelnuts, it has blue cheese, it has egg and chicken.
Wonderful. Now, are you the chefs or do you have a chef? A different chef?
We actually work with Chef Peter Paston from Washington, D.C., where we're both from.
Yes.
So we're just the owners, but he created our whole menu, and then when we have seasonal salads, he creates some seasonal options for us as well.
Excellent. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to try the salads. You can keep on mixing. Let's give out your phone number.
Sure, it's 314-361-4444.
And now your hours, Nick?
They're 11 to 9 every day.
Every day?
Every day.
All right, so if I have a hankering for a salad at 11 or late at night, I can come get that.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know, it digests well.
It does.
I love that. You know, you don't have to worry about running on a treadmill for 45 minutes after you eat your salad.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you keep mixing. We're going to come back at the end of the show and taste. My favorite part, taste the food.
Great.
All right, well, in the meantime, we're going to check out with Ivy, who is, I believe, in the audience. Ivy, want one of these salads?
Yes, Mr. Powell and I were just talking about how much we like salad and how it sounds really good. So joining me now, Robert Powell of the Portfolio Gallery and Education Center. 20 years you've been doing this. Talk about what kind of staple Portfolio Gallery has been in St. Louis for all those years.
Well, actually, it's 23 years.
Oh, my math is wrong. It's the new math.
Well, I founded the organization in 1989, and Portfolio's mission is to educate, enrich lives, and foster a greater awareness of art created by African American artists. We're located in the Grand Center Arts and Entertainment District, and we do fine art exhibits as well as provide educational classes to various organizations.
But people who have become accustomed to that, I want to let you know things might be changing. Is that right? Talk about that.
That's correct. We had, after 23 years of kind of a hand-to-mouth existence, writing grants, getting turned down, getting some successes, have decided that we will sell our building there in Grand Center, and we want to change our paradigm. It's all based on selling the building, and upon selling it, we want to become a funding agency to help out the minority organizations out there that are in the arts community. We want to create 4 unique black tie exhibits that one will be here in St. Louis, one will be in Kansas City, one will be in Atlanta, and one in Memphis, Tennessee. And as I've traveled around the country, I've met these different people and found that, if I close my eyes, those artisans are saying the same thing that we're saying here in St. Louis. How do we grow? How do we build our institution? So that's the goal, and we're hoping that our building sells soon.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, will you support art education organizations throughout the Midwest or just here in St. Louis?
In each one of those cities, we will have these exhibit the funds, money generated. We will establish applications where people can apply for various grants, and everything that is sold will remain in that particular city.
Fun. Now, you do have an upcoming exhibit called the Dark Girls Art Show on May 11th. Right. Talk about that, where that came from.
Dark Girls is an idea that I came up with from viewing a movie that's by Bill Dukes, and he is exploring why people with dark skin are attacked all over the world. And we thought that we would create an exhibit showing the beauty of these dark girls. I could have put dark guys in it also, but we thought we'd stay on that particular theme. And that exhibit opens up May 11th. There in Grand Center, we'll have a gallery walk, so all the galleries will be open at that time, May 12th.
Okay, and so you'll also have a Washington University professor doing a gallery talk as well on May 12th, and that is Kimberly J. Norwood of Washington University, who has recently published something called Color Matters, Skin Tone Bias, and the Myth of a Post-Racial America. If you want more information, the best thing to do is just take yourself down to the exhibit on May 11th at 3514 Del Mar. Visit Portfolio Gallery while they're still around, and give them a call at 533-3323. Or they email portfoliogallery@att.net. And do you answer that email, I guess?
Oh, yes, I do, yeah. And I'll greet them when they come also.
It's always a pleasure to hang out with you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for being here. Now, speaking of hanging out, LJ's got a hip new scene and some hip new trends she wants to talk to us about.
Hi, I am over here with Carlos Suarez from the Pronto Fashion Show. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what is the Pronto Fashion Show all about?
Well, Pronto is an annual show that's been going on since 2005, and it's to promote upcoming local designers who are in the high fashion scene and provide a cultural and international flavor to the designs here in St. Louis.
Okay, so we get a lot of local designers.
Yeah, there's quite a few local designers from the area, about 7 designers to be exact, and there's one who's originally from Zambia that's going to provide an international edge to our designs.
It looks like you got some models with you today, all these skinny, pretty people.
Yes, this is Caroline from CW Couture, and she has a flavorful line of lots of color, eccentric edge. You see here we have some models who are going to be in the show, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's more of a feministic type design that she's going with.
Okay.
And then we have Nicole Box from Fouché Couture, and she has a very beautiful design right here, more of an Egyptian Greek style. And her line, as you can see, is a wearable garment, but it has a little bit of drama with it.
So, a little bit of drama,
yeah.
drama.
So it's all fun lines, and it's going to be an awesome show.
Seems like it's going to be an awesome show. Well, when is this awesome show going to take place?
It's going to be April 28th at Joe Buck's downtown in St. Louis at their showroom.
All right, and how do we get tickets if we want to go? People in our studio audience, everybody out there on the web.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to come. Just go to prontofashionshow.com, and you can purchase tickets online. And we're going to have a launch party on April 7th that everybody's welcome to.
All right, so go check out Carlos Suarez and check out Pronto.